Hello and welcome to Candlekeep Ramsey. Now there's no doubt that Magic the Gathering is a hugely popular game here at the store, and within that, Commander is probably the format that most people are drawn to. So I'm going to start a short series of videos where we take a look back at some of the sets that have been released since the store opened, and I took to Discord to ask them what are your top 5 cards for Commander, starting with War of the Spark. When War of the Spark released, one of its biggest draws was that in every pack you were guaranteed to get one legendary Planeswalker, so it's no surprise that 2 Planeswalkers are going to feature in this top 5 list today. Before we begin though, I want to start with a little honourable mention of my own. Arboreal Grazer is a creature that will cost you 1 green to play. It's a 0/3 and has reach, and when it enters the battlefield you can take another land from your hand and place it onto the battlefield tapped. If your opening hand contains a forest, an Arboreal Grazer and 1 other land, then this seemingly innocuous little creature can suddenly become a powerhouse, helping you ramp up an extra land for turn 2, and leaving you with a 0/3 body on the field that's capable of blocking flyers. And with that out of the way, let's get on to the top 5 cards as voted for by the Candlekeep Discord. At number 5, Narset, Parter of Veils. Narset, Parter of Veils costs 2 blue and 1 of any colour, and its -2 ability allows you to look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them to put to your hand. The rest of the cards go to the bottom of your library in a random order. I think what draws most people to Narset though is the fact that each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn while she's on the field. Card advantage is a huge thing in Commander, and if you can draw cards while your opponents can't, that's guaranteed to bring you out on top. At number 4, Nissa, Who Shakes the World. Nissa, Who Shakes the World is a 2 green and 3 legendary Planeswalker with a +1 ability that lets you put 3 1/1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land of your choice. You can then untap that land and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste that's still a land. An important ability because not only does it allow you to create creatures from your lands, but if you're desperate for mana and that land happens to be a forest, you can then re-tap that forest for 2 green through Nissa's static ability that reads, whenever you tap a forest for mana, add an additional green. At number 3, Narset's Reversal. Another of my personal favourites from the set, Narset's Reversal is an instant for 2 blue that reads, copy target instant or sorcery spell, then return it to its owner's hand. You may choose new targets for the copy. This card is a powerhouse. Is your opponent playing a Demonic Tutor? Are you jealous of that? Then why not take a copy for yourself and bounce that spell from the stack back to their hand? Sure, they're going to recast it, but you can go and tutor up a counterspell to be ready for whatever they bring out. At number 2, Dovin's Veto. Dovin's Veto is an instant for 1 white and 1 blue that reads, this spell can't be countered, counter target non-creature spell. Is your opponent about to play Food Chain? Close it down. There's nothing they can do to counter this spell, and they'll have to redirect their counter spells elsewhere. And the number 1 card, as voted for by the Candlekeep Discord, is Finale of Devastation. Finale of Devastation is a sorcery for X and 2 green that allows you to search your library or your graveyard for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less and put it onto the battlefield. If X is 10 though, creatures you control get +X/+X and gain haste until the end of the turn. This card, at its best, is a win condition, and at its worst, allows you to tutor for a creature that you need in that moment. This was something that we saw to great effect in our last livestream, when Owen used his Finale of Devastation to tutor up the rest of his win condition and go out to win on a combo that we weren't expecting. And that's it for this week. Join us again next week as we take a look at the top 5 cards from Throne of Eldraine. Don't forget, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest videos coming out, you can subscribe below, maybe even give the like button a click and ring the notification bell. I'm Ian, this is Candlekeep, and this is where adventure begins.